Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show, where I'm very happy to have Kaitlyn Horne here in studio. She's a student of Wasatch High, a senior this year, I believe, right?
Yes.
Welcome. It's great to have you back. Well, I should say have you here to meet with us and talk a little bit about, I think, a pretty neat program. You're pretty involved in the, shall we say, the outdoors kind of part of Wasatch High, or farming and ag, is that right?
Agriculture, yeah.
Yeah, so first of all, give us a little background on you.
So I'm 17 years old. I go to Wasatch High School. I've lived in Utah my whole life. I moved up to Heber 13-ish years ago.
Yeah.
So I've loved it. I've had a great experience up in Heber.
Kind of a farm community, so to speak, and that's had some influence on you, apparently. Yeah. And with, most recently, with some of your experiences in class, you guys decided to do something pretty cool, which is a Chucker partridge release.
Yes, so I'm part of the Wasatch CAPS program, which stands for Center for Advanced Professional Studies. It just gives us an opportunity to work with people around our community to get professional experience out in the field of work that we might want to go into. Rather than just sitting in a classroom and listening to a lecture or reading a book or something like that, we get hands-on activities, and it's really nice. So my project that I was assigned to, I got to go through all the research to find Chucker partridges, and we found a program, the Day-Old Chick program, and we've been working with the DNR and the Chucker Foundation to get those chicks. We started with 150.
150 chicks.
150 chicks.
Good grief. You guys went down, hauled them back. Did you bring them in a truck, or were they in a car?
They were in my mom's car.
In your mom's car?
Yeah.
This is great. Did they wreck mom's car?
No, they were in like boxes.
In boxes,
things.
yeah. But still, I mean, imagine you got to air it out afterwards. It
wasn't too bad. It was only like an hour drive, but it still stunk.
Yeah, 150 chicks smell like something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you bring him up in mom's car, and you guys have been taking care of him ever since.
Yeah, we started in a little brooder area with heat lamps, and then once they were able to fly, we put them out into our flight pen. Which you
guys built.
Yeah.
You designed and built.
I designed it. I worked with some kids in my class, and we designed it, and we had the engineering make up our blueprints, then we gave them to our high school build crew.
Wow.
And they built it for us.
It's very official, this process that you guys went through.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been just, go out in the garage and put something together. You guys did everything, blueprints, and we'll have somebody else work on it. And all the while, you're kind of like running this whole thing behind the scenes to make sure it all works. Yeah,
so last year, it was me and one other guy working on this project. But this year, I've expanded, and I have about 5 other people with me.
Wow.
So now it's a big group.
So you don't have to get up early every morning then to feed the chicks. So a few people helping out. What is that like, taking care of these birds? It's not easy.
At first, it was kind of harder because we'd have to check on them like 2 or 3 times a day to make sure the lights were on, make sure they had food and water so they wouldn't get dehydrated from the lights. But once they got older, it was kind of easier just because they could go a longer amount of time without food or water.
Okay.
So we would start checking on them twice a day, and that's what we're at right now.
That's not so bad, but lots of times per day, that's rough. Wow. Now, this flight pen you built, this is a pretty big thing.
Yeah, it's about, with the shed and the flight area, it's about 40 feet long, 45 feet long, and 15 feet wide, I think.
And pretty tall, about 10 feet tall too, so they could actually fly. Kind of learn how to fly inside here. And then you guys are going to release them.
Yes.
That's the part that I don't know how you got to start to kind of care about them a little bit, right?
Kind of. When we first got them, I was like, oh, they're really cute. Like, how am I going to get rid of these guys? But now it's like, wow, they're kind of really loud and
obnoxious.
They're dirty. So
you're like, see ya, Chucker partridges.
Move on to the next bird. But, yeah.
So are you gonna move on to the next bird?
Yeah,
Is this
I think
an ongoing thing?
We're doing pheasants starting in a few months.
Wow. Yeah. So go from the Chucker partridges to the pheasants. That's arguably more difficult bird to take care of. So onward and upward, as they say.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. Now, I guess the big thing to think about here and to talk about is that this falls right in line with what you want to do for your future, which is the whole point of CAPS.
Yeah, so I got into CAPS because I want to go into the agriculture field. I want to go into wildlife ecology and management, like biology kind of stuff. So I'll be studying at Utah State.
That's awesome.
That.
I'm pretty sure we can set you up with a really good, if you haven't already, because I don't know how you haven't if it's not the case, given what you've been doing, a really good internship over at Wasatch Mountain State Park.
I would love that.
Have you met Kathy Donnell yet?
I have not.
We're going to make sure that happens, because she's going to love you. You're like the next Kathy Donnell. I can tell. I can totally tell.
Awesome.
She's State Parks, and I think you're just fit right in with those folks. Clearly, you've been working with. In fact, you've been working with our friend Mr. Root as well.
Yes, Scott Root. Yeah.
Yeah, Scott is another great individual in that world.
Yeah, he's been amazing to work with. He's supplied me with information that I need about the birds, about releases, location, everything. He's kind of
really
just
great.
been there as our resource.
When you look at all of this, what was the thing that you've learned? What's the takeaway so far of managing birds like this?
I guess it's just like, it's not as easy. Some things aren't as easy as you think they would be. Like, it's a lot more work than I thought it would be to raise these birds. I thought, like, oh, I'm going to get them. I'll feed them every couple times or whatever.
Yeah.
And
The everyday part of it doesn't really sit in entirely until you do it, right?
Yeah.
You're like,
pretty
I gotta
much.
get up again.
It's like starting to do the research. I was like, that's easy. Like, I can do research. And then once we got them, I was like, wow, this is a lot of work.
Right? It probably would be, we mentioned a couple of DNR people, Department of Wildlife Resources and Department of Natural Resources people, but we should probably mention too your teacher, because he's pretty cool, Mr. Z.
Yeah, Mr. Zierenberg, he's been there like since my freshman year.
Wow.
But CAPS is a new thing, and so just going from his agriculture biology class freshman year up to CAPS with him has been like kind of a great experience.
I bet. And the plan is to go, you're going to go bleed blue up at Utah State, right?
Yes.
You're going to be an Aggie? Mm-hmm. So have you already applied and all of that fun stuff?
I have not.
That's coming up here pretty quick though, right?
Applications are due in like January or something like that.
Well, I hope
November.
that this opportunity and experience gets you a good scholarship. It should.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, you've certainly earned it, I think, and I'm really excited for you.
Thank you.
Will you do us a favor? When do you do the release? When is that?
It will be this Thursday, the 28th.
Okay, the 28th. If we don't have people out there to take a picture of this, because I hope we do, will you make sure you send us some video?
I will.
What have you? Because we want to see this. It's going to be pretty interesting.
For sure.
Of course, now I got to mention one other thing, because it's just like kind of the elephant in the room. People who live around here know that it's also checker partridge season coming up.
Yeah, the season starts on Sunday, I think.
On Sunday,
or,
so.
Yeah, Saturday.
And you guys are aware of this, right? You know that when you release them, there's a very good chance a few of them are going to die.
Yeah, we were going to release them last week, but just plans, like getting the bands and everything didn't work out. So we're hoping to get them done this Thursday.
Wow. All right. Well, it's somebody has to do the hard work, and you certainly have done much of it. I want to thank you.
Thank you for having me.
It's way fun to get a chance to talk to you about it. Chucker Partridge release, the students at Wasatch High, and of course, leading the way, Kaitlyn Horne, your next Department of Wildlife Resources resource agent. I don't know what they call that, but I'm sure that's what she's going to be here in the future. We'll have her back here, I'm betting, many times on the program. Much more to come here on Park State Television. We're taking a break. We'll be right back.